Welcome all to Barry Peatling Sport Show.
And welcome to you, Colin Sutcliffe, with a thing on his arm there. He's got a bit of a crook elbow, this fellow, today, but he'll be alright. And to all my overseas, in-the-state viewers, we're not far off 40,000, probably 40,000 a mile.
Yep.
Hits, can you believe?
40,000.
It takes a long time to say 40,000, doesn't it?
I know.
But we are. Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? Now, just to
before
we get into the game,
good old photos these, I'll tell you.
Let's have a look. Hang on. Not too much light. Let's have a look at this. Barry, tell us about this.
This is the 1952 one, is it?
1951.
Well, I was about eight and a half, and with premies, and I think I got the best and fairest that year too. I think I won 2 or 3 best and fairest. Win the goal kicking there or what?
I tell you, got best and fairest was Des.
Oh, Desi Cox, that's right.
Yep.
I was runner-up.
Yes, runner-up. But you kicked the most goals.
How many goals I kicked?
Is that you there?
Yeah, on the bottom there.
There you are.
Point them out to the viewers out there. That's right. On the bottom, like a little.
Yep.
Like a little baby. I was always the youngest in the team.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, what's the other one after that?
In a galaxy far, far away.
Well, it was.
But.
Take the play that one.
Well, we've got the cricket. Okay.
Play the cricket. Put the cricket one there.
Okay, we've got 1952.
52, and that was when I was
leading goal kicker.
You put the camera on those thing over there on the.
Well, I'll just tell the viewers. I'll tell the viewers. Leading goal kicker Barry Peatling, 35.
Yeah.
And also best and fairest Barry Peatling.
Yeah, that's right.
Bang.
Bang, and that's next to Kevin Callender. Yeah.
Kevin Callender.
That was Charlie Callender's son, who people in their 50s know about Charlie Callender for Richmond.
So then that led us to 1953.
Yeah, and I should have been captain this year, but I wasn't. I was vice captain again.
So what was your basic flaw, Barry?
That brother Matthew didn't like me, neither brother Joe Seekers. There you
are there, you're a little bit littler.
I'm the youngest in there again there, I'll tell you.
But didn't stop you from being runner-up in the best and fairest and the leading goal kicker.
Yeah, I was leading goal kicker 3 years in a row, for Little Rover.
So that leads us to 54, the Scouts, and we see you there
on the bottom next to Barry Burke.
Barry Burke,
who was the father of Nathan Burke.
Didn't stop you from being runner-up in the best and fairest. And
I think I finished 4th in the competition, Colin.
Finished 4th in the competition.
Put that camera on that and show that. We're not making stories up. I was 4th in the competition.
In the comp.
And I was about 12 and a half, 13, it's under 15.
Moving quickly to the, hang on. Oh, cricket.
That's the same one there.
It's the same one.
Yeah,
so,
that was
but basically, there you are there.
Little baby face, yeah.
Baby face.
That was in the Herald Sun 6 months ago. When we put that into
yeah, it was, wasn't it?
That was a photo. That's probably why everybody was ringing me up and saying, Barry, wow, wacko.
So that's yesteryear. Let's talk about Chelsea versus YCW.
Well, the start of the game.
Ground and conditions.
The ground was in pretty good nick, according to.
Hang on.
Not according to the YCW people. Anyway,
they were complaining.
I got there about 1 o'clock, and someone said, "Oh, they're going to call the game off." I said, "What are you talking about?" I walked out in the ground.
Hang on.
Let's give a bit of drama. A bit of drama.
Hang on. They were going to call the game off. That's a little bit of.
Yeah, a
little bit of
drama. It was drama too, because they asked the umpires, and apparently the umpires have got no authority. So, but the ground was in perfect nick, apart from about 1 or 2 spots in the middle of the ground. And I went out there and started abusing all these YCW committee men. I said, "Who do you think you got the worst ground in the competition? We played there."
You've been there, yeah.
Of course, I've been there lots of times. There's always a bog, and you got the cheek to come up here for 1 or 2 puddles of water, and they even got their own water. They said one part was too wet, one part was too dry. I said, "You've got to be kidding!" I mean, the ground on the outside of the ground was perfect, and I said, "Oh, we're going to play finals in a couple of weeks." We went in, and I give a nice bit of abusive language. I tell you now, who do you think you are? I mean, we're going to look after our players because it's all muddy there. We won't fall over. Get a life. And anyway, to cut a long story short, they played the game, but they got their own Land Rover, would you believe, to up and down this little certain patch. We should have had the crowd, the Chelsea supporters. What are you? In foul language, it was you're a pack of wankers, YCW. Pack of wankers, get a life.
Wow. All right, let's get a little bit into the game, Barry. Changes.
Out was Silver, under 18 player. Knowles, another under 18 player, and might be alright next year. Harrington and Luke Clark. They always drop him when they're not going too fast.
He's the weaker of the Clark brothers.
I reckon he's alright. But anyway, incoming was Stevie, Dyer, Jesse Odell, and Mitchell Clark, who I don't know why hasn't been playing this year either in the team, because I'll say something about him later. But yeah, the first half.
Well, I guess first half.
The first half, YCW just control the games. They're a very well-oiled machine, Colin.
Chelsea scored how much?
Well, before I give the half-time score, Ashley Eames, someone told me a few weeks ago he's finished. I said to myself, what are these fellas? He controlled it. Poor old Jacko tried hard. Well done, Jacko, but he was just too big, too strong, and would have loved to row to him. He was a star. Anyway, but half-time scores, it's riveting for Chelsea. 1-3 to YCW 7-9.
So it's all over.
Oh, it was all over, but they only scored one goal after quarter time till half-time, but after that was just a bit of a procession.
Yep, let's get into the second half.
Yeah, they were too classy all over for Chelsea. They'll win the flag. They'll win the premiership.
Even with their pretentious
staff.
It was not wet.
Those committee, and they will be locked up. But Toddy Gardner, brilliant again, Colin. That fella is a little marvel, I tell you. He's Daniel Larson. He had a very good first half, Daniel Larson. He got a broken nose. They got his nose all tied up with these stupid band. I said, "Can you breathe?" I mean, it must affect him. In the second half, he wasn't good, but he still played pretty well. But no,
let's talk about the second half then.
There was nothing much to talk. They just went
final score.
Bang, bang, bang. The final score was Chelsea 6 goals 11, riveting. 17-15.
Another easy win to the opposition.
Could have been 20-goal win, but they mucked around a bit in the last quarter. YCW kicked a few points.
Give us the goal kickers, Barry.
Goal kickers were Toddy Gardner, 2. Mitchell Clark kicked 2 very good goals. Jaden Haddad and Nightingale kicked 1.
Right. A group of best players.
The best players was Toddy is best on the ground by far. Unbelievable. If he doesn't win this medal in this competition, I'll stand whatever. I will, if you understand what I'm talking about.
Yep.
What do you want the best players?
Best players,
Jaden Haddad, he played a good game on Saturday. Daniel Larson in the first half, and Mitchell Clark. But the rest, they did put in Chelsea, but we were just outclassed all round the ground.
So give us the votes. One vote.
One vote to Daniel Larson for his first half of it. I mean, if they would have taken his nose up. I mean, you don't have to go right around his face, for God's sake. I went up and asked him, I said, well, you're all right, can you breathe?
Yeah. 2 votes.
2 votes to Jay Naddard, played a good captain's game.
And hang on, drum roll please.
Yeah.
3 votes.
How long's that going for?
Go.
Toddy Gardner, best on the ground by a mile. On the ground, not just for Chelsea. 40 possessions again. He's a little superstar and he kicked 2 beautiful goals.
Yep.
You are a star. I went up and shook his hands after the game. Or we laid in the rooms on the weekend. Laid in the rooms.
Highlights.
The only highlight I reckon was Toddy Gardner's exhibition of football and toughness and class, but they were just too classy all day. And they've got what's their names apart from Ashley Eames, they've got the Barrys and the full forward Bodley, who kicked about 6 goals. I mean, they'll win the flag off.
Yeah.
No
hesitation.
They'll fix up. If they don't if Ashley Eames is injured, there might be a bit of trouble.
Yep.
But all around the ground, they're
best team.
They're just so well drilled. Everything just sort of goes when they move. They just move.
Smooth.
Yeah, they don't know what's going on with the game of football. But we're just the opposite. We did what we're doing.
All right, Barry. You've been talking about the coach for the last several weeks that he should go. What's happened?
Well, he's gone. He's apparently resigned, or I think they should have let him go and let Stevie Gardner take over the last 2 games, give a bit of practice.
So who's coaching now?
He is.
Oh, okay.
But I think they should have let him go and let Stevie Gardner, who's coaching the second, coach the last 2 games and give a bit of experience, because they wasn't playing for him at all. I mean, he said that last week in the paper. I mean, not last Tuesday, Tuesday before, they had 7 players of training, Tuesday night.
Yep.
I mean, you don't, when you're a coach, you don't let that happen, Colin.
You've been predicting this for a while.
Well, he wasn't getting through to him. There wasn't, I mean, some coaches can come down to the players' level.
Yep.
I told you weeks ago, he was up here, and he thinks the players are down here, and that's why you don't get through them.
Yep.
Coaches don't do that. I mean, if you do, you
so
get nowhere.
who should be the next coach?
Who knows? But they'll probably...
do you have any suggestions?
I reckon the fellow they missed out on last year, David Willett, who plays for Mount Eliza, I reckon I've got no say about that, but I reckon he'd be...
Well, you've got a platform here, Barry, with the video show.
Well, it's no big deal, but
it is a big deal. Don't play it down, Barry.
I do know a lot about football.
Yes.
And coaching.
Don't play it down.
Yeah, I do know a lot about it, but I reckon he wouldn't be a bad sort of... because he'd probably bring a couple of players from Mount Eliza. That's what he was going to do last year. I don't know why they didn't appoint him. Because he could play, and this coach, he's only played second football, Roy, I think, isn't he?
Yep.
I think so.
Yep.
But that's in for the committee, and it's up to
think about later.
But got to get someone a bit of
go. So next week, Barry.
Next week we play Bond Beach down there. It'll be that'll be the McDonald exhibition, the McDonald show. Because he loves playing against Chelsea and kicks about 6 goals every week.
See if you can get a little interview on before or after the ground.
He's had his chance.
Before or after the ground.
We'll see.
Richmond.
The Mighty Tigers,
Yes.
PH will be wrapped about that because I told him 6 weeks ago they'll finish on the bottom of 3, but now I reckon they've got a rough chance of getting in the 8 because they fixed up Adelaide on the weekend.
Fixed up St Kilda.
And they'll fix up St Kilda by if it's 18 degrees at time, it's going to be Saturday, right?
Beautiful.
Jack will kick about 9. He's been pretty quiet, like Jack Rewa I'm talking about.
Yep.
If we can win by more than 15 goals, we'd have another 6 or 7% win it.
Yep.
And that would bring us up to 110.
10,
yeah. Because Essendon, they've got a pretty tough game this week, haven't they? I reckon they might be the one that might be the weak link.
Maybe.
And Adelaide, they're gone. They're behind us now, aren't they?
Playing North Melbourne. West Coast are behind you. So all you need to do is win the next 2 games and you're in, basically.
Well, I've got a bit of money going for this.
Cash money.
I've got 16 to 1. I backed them on Saturday to win. I backed Richmond to beat Adelaide. I told you that, and I backed them to get in the 8. It was 16 to 1. So
we're still pretty on the Richmond camp.
Well, we go with the flow. I mean, they wasn't going too flash and early. See, they wasn't going right then, but now they're 7 in a row. There's only Sydney won 9 in a row this year, didn't they?
Yep.
Didn't they win 9?
Yes.
Well, they're on top. Well, we're second last, and we won 7 in a row. Extraordinary.
So we look forward to that. Now, just finally, before we run out of videotape, Cheerios, Barry.
A lot of Cheerios. Cheerio to Annie and Carla, and in the Philippines I had another blackout yesterday, 14.
Another blackout. It's every week.
Blackout, they're up. Of course, PH, he'll be happy Tigers won. PH, Shandy and Carlos. Stick on the field. I think if we get in the 5, get in the 8, I beg your pardon, we might, last one final, but if we get in the 8, it'll be an extraordinary effort. So keep following, Phil.
Yep.
And how's Terry McGinney going? I hope you enjoyed the video last week. He's a man from New South Wales, a West Tigers man.
Yep.
I hope you got those shelves put up and fixed up in your kitchen or whatever it was. So you're a bit of a handyman there, Terry.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoy the video, mate. And we got a lot of overseas. This is unbelievable. USA, USA, United Kingdom, Nepal, up in the mountain again.
Yep.
Mount Everest, India, South Africa, Malta, Sri Lanka.
What about Ghana?
Ghana, Saudi Arabia, and Tony from Latvia.
Again.
Yeah, he's back. Back on. We're not much good this year, Tony, but stick with us next year. We can only go one way now. This next year is up. Up. So that's all for today.
It's goodbye from me.
And goodbye from me. See you next week.